last time when you talk, and actually in every conversation, we do bring in the point of AI because the fact is that, irrespective of which space you are in, you have to evolve for the AI era, and this is increasingly important for security. And actually, I talked to a lot of security folks, uh, and yes, AI is becoming their kind of a nightmare. A lot of code is being written through AI, so they are, kind of struggling to keep up with that. Um, has MITRE adopted their frameworks to address AI specific threats? Where are we now?
Yeah, and as always, I want to be careful on how I answer this because when I say AI, we all have a different thing in our mind. And so for this, I'm primarily going to answer where you have some kind of a large language model externally facing that customers or maybe your remote employees or something like that can use this. And so in that case, they've developed the adversarial threat landscape for artificial intelligence systems. And I love how they build these acronyms into words. And so this one is Atlas. And so what they've done here is by building this out, they've taken that original framework and said, those are not the kind of attacks that we would see against, AI, against a large language model traditionally. Now, inference AI, more traditional attacks would probably work against, but not the language attacks. And so as you go in and look at that, it's a smaller, much lower numbers, but it's all tailored just to your external facing Gen AI programs. They've also developed, as you're building the AI, the Safe AI, which is a framework for AI assurance. So they're giving you a tool as you're thinking about building that external facing capability. And then finally, they're starting to do an AI incident sharing initiative. And so if you want to be in a collaborative group to kind of talk about what's going on with the threats, then that would be a great group to join. So they really are focused on that. They're putting out capabilities at that real time.
And when I'm listening to you, it seems like they track criminal groups and their tactics. Can you walk us through how that threat intelligence integrates with the tools that teams are already using?
So as I said before, they have that 14-step attack methodology on the enterprise one. Well, if you go look at this and pick a specific threat group, so APT 39 or the Lazarus group or something like that, what they've done is they've gone out and they said, the Lazarus group uses these 25 techniques, this malware, in this order, from this kind of a source. And so by doing that, then you can go into this groups, these cyber criminal attack organizations, and say, overlay these techniques on the MITRE ATT&CK framework. And so now as I'm looking and say, okay, they use all these techniques, I can kind of map my security controls to them and say, okay, so I should have caught them here in, lateral movement. I should have caught them in discovery. In all these different steps, I could have caught them. And then I can validate that by going and telling my red team or my pen test team, use these attack techniques from this specific criminal group and see where I caught them across that spectrum. So that's the kind of validation you can do. So real time, you just go to the criminal groups, you click on display attack navigator. When you go into attack navigator, it overlays the criminal techniques and the attack framework. And instantly you can kind of see where everything links up. It's a great visualization.